Hey there folks, this is Rocky Red Panda here for PND Studios. It is Wednesday on my channel, which means it's time for another awesome restaurant and food review. But before we get into that, make sure you like and subscribe. That's right. Like and subscribe to my channel for more awesome videos here at PND Studios. Now this week, we have something special for you. That's right. We're going to be going local, and we're going to be talking about this place. They opened up last year, 2020. This is Taqueria El Camino. I think I butchered that first name, but that's okay. Now, El Camino stands for the path. Now, don't take my word for it, folks. Just check out this video. So Taqueria El Camino is located in beautiful Dover, Pennsylvania, and is operated by Ethan Greer, whose unique take on the culinary art scene brings new meaning to Mexican street food. This place is not to be overlooked, folks, not to be overlooked. They have some of the best Mexican street food that I've ever had within this area. Everything was fresh, hot, and flavorful. The thing that strikes you the most when you enter is, of course, the love of art. Not just any art, but street art done by local artists. It has this kind of bright, modern, and edgy feel. It might not be for everyone, but coming from someone who loves graffiti art and Keith Haring, this place was absolutely beautiful. The restaurant features the work of 15 artists, including 9 painters, whose work is on display inside and outside the whole restaurant. I mean, the whole idea of the restaurant is to bring the vibe of art culture mixed with Mexican food. I mean, Mexican food, art, beautiful. Now, of course, the inside when we visited was not open, so we visited and sat outside. The menu, of course, is pretty simple. They only offer 3 kinds of items, which are tacos, quesadillas, and burritos. I mean, you can't get any simpler than that, folks. Of course, when you order, you get to choose your choice of meat, from carne, pollo, carnitas, chorizo, or veggie, which of course is for the vegans and vegetarians out there. They also offered side dishes like chips and guacamole, chips and salsa, rice and beans, and elote salad. Now let's talk about the drinks, because they have house-made agua frescas and other bottled beverages from Coke, water, and Jarritos. Oh, I love Jarritos. So we placed our food order and we took a seat. Being at this restaurant, I was expecting to hear Hispanic music, but instead they were playing country. It didn't fit in with the whole graffiti vibe, which kind of made it look like you were in Los Angeles in the Hispanic district. My friend who came with me also noticed the same thing. Now, you might remember him from previous videos, Josue, or as I call him, Pony. That's right. So, he's the reason we came here, because he took me here by surprise. It was the, I'm not telling you where we're going kind of thing in the car. Boy, was I shocked. But let's move on to the food itself. So I ordered the quesadillas, which is a flour tortilla filled with melted shredded cheese, onions, cilantro, and of course, I got chorizo, because I love chorizo, which is my favorite kind of Mexican meat next to carnitas. I also got a side of the chips and guacamole and agua fresca guava lemon. Boy, does that sound delicious. It was. And of course, my buddy got the tacos, which is 3 house-made corn tortillas with your choice of meat. He got the traditional style, which is served with onion, cilantro, limes, and radishes. And his meat was carne, which is stewed ground beef seasoned with freshly ground Mexican spices. He also got chips and salsa plus agua fresca. Now, boy, the food was fresh and delicious. The flavors stay long after the first bite. Let me tell you something. The quesadillas were cooked and made to perfection. It had the right amount of seasoning, and the meat tasted perfect. The tacos were delicious. I mean, who doesn't love tacos? Everybody loves tacos. So you can't go wrong with tacos. I never had carne before, so it was a new adventure for me. I'll admit that I left becoming a fan of it. I'm definitely going to have carne again. Seasoned just right. And you always must go with traditional when you get tacos. Come on, folks, traditional. So the drinks were surprisingly good. For being homemade, I absolutely loved it. And they come individually bottled for frescas. And lastly, the chips and salsa, and then chips and guac. Now the salsa, which is homemade, could have been a tad bit more spicy, and it was a little bit watered down, but it was absolutely delicious. Now the guacamole was delicious, and I would say it would make a great meal all by itself. If you just give a big bowl of it with a side of chips, I'd be completely happy with that. Now we're going to step into what I call what everyone is going to be asking question-wise. So let's start with parking. They have their own parking in the front, including handicap parking, so that is not going to be an issue. They are vegetarian and vegan friendly, which is great. This place is also handicap friendly and accessible. They have a takeout format with tons of seating available for your groups, big or small, and outside, including a stage which you'll eventually use for live music. Ethan, the owner, is focused on quality food and service, cutting back on hours to make that possible. He comes out every so often and checks on the customers and makes everyone feel welcome, which brings in the great staff and customer service. And of course, the most important is, what is the cost? What are you going to pay when you come here? Well, the cost can range anywhere between $3 up to $10.50, which isn't bad for a taco joint. So let's talk about this overall. With everything mentioned, including the delicious food, let's see. I'm going to give Taqueria El Camino a rating of, drum roll folks, a 9 out of 10. Huzzah! Great job, you guys. Great job, you guys. So the next time you're in the area and you would like to try some amazing Mexican street food, say like tacos, burritos, enchiladas, I would highly recommend checking out Taqueria El Camino in Dover, Pennsylvania. It's just right down the road, folks. So if you're visiting Gettysburg, it's less than, say, 45-minute drive. It's really not that bad. I would like to hear your experience with Taqueria El Camino. Leave it in the comments below. And of course, make sure you like and subscribe, folks. Like and subscribe to my channel for more awesome videos here at P&D Studios. But for now, this is Rocky Red Panda signing out. And until next week, what is next week? Next week we're going to be looking at Brothers Pizza in beautiful Waynesboro, Pennsylvania. Now, we're going to be talking about the one in Rouserville because they serve breakfast. Pizza joint to serve breakfast. Well, we'll find out all about that in next week's episode. But for now, folks, good eats. Until next week, peace.